Do you know how do over 3 million tons of jackfruit collected annually get transformed into thou many tons of bright, crunchy, dry jacks worldwide? That journey begins under the dense canopy of jackfruit orchards where massive green giants sway heavily under the bright southern sun, carefully collected one by skilled hands. From there, they're transported to modern factories where automated machinery works hand in hand with the skilled hands of staff to separate the flesh, slice it, and dry it into crunchy, sweet, and fragrant jackfruit chips, enjoyed around the globe. Today, we'll embark on an extraordinary adventure with these giant jackfruits and discover how they're turned into the sweet, crunchy, bright treasure that's taking the world by storm. Thailand is considered the tropical paradise of jackfruit, producing nearly 400,000 tons annually. This giant fruit isn't just widely cultivated, it also brightens up the country's floating markets where thousands are bought and sold daily from tiny wooden boats. But the real craze is rising across the globe. Just a decade ago, most Americans had never seen a jackfruit. Now, it's becoming a new symbol of plant-based eating. Young jackfruit is especially praised as the perfect plant meat thanks to its fibrous texture and ability to soak up flavors, turning easily into a vegan version of pulled pork or roast chicken. Many Americans still confuse jackfruit with durian because of their large spiky appearance, but they're completely different personalities. Durian is the rock star of the tropics with a bold aroma people either love or run from, while jackfruit is gentle, sweet smelling, and easy to share like a friendly guest, always welcome at the table. What about you? Do you prefer jackfruit or durian? The journey of jackfruit begins with tiny seeds, carefully selected from large, evenly ripened fruits. Then a gentle spray of protective solution is applied, followed by another layer of fiber to maintain stable humidity. After just 5 to 7 days, the hard shell begins to crack, revealing the first tiny root, a vivid sign that life has begun. From the sprouting seeds, growers begin the planting process. They gently dig tiny holes, place each seed inside, and cover it with loose, airy soil. Finally, a layer of dry straw is spread on top, like a natural blanket, protecting the tiny green sprouts from scorching sun and heavy rain, allowing them to safely push through and grow. As the sprouted jackfruit seeds begin to grow and push out tender green shoots, the grafting process is initiated. Growers carefully select healthy buds from mother trees known for producing quality fruit, then skillfully attach them to the young seedlings, securing them with a thin layer of plastic film. After 7 to 10 days, once the grafted shoots emerge bright and green, the plastic wrap is removed. Successfully grafted plants are then selected and transplanted into soil, marking the start of their journey toward fruit production. With 3 to 5 years of meticulous care, including watering, fertilizing, and pest control, the mature jackfruit trees begin to yield their first fruits. Though the initial output may be modest, it signifies that the trees have adapted well and are ready to enter a stable, productive phase. As time passes, the jackfruit trees stand resilient against the sun and wind, and by the vibrant month of September, the entire orchard glows with bright hues. The plump, fragrant jackfruits peek out from beneath their leafy canopy, announcing that the harvest season has truly arrived. Recognizing a ripe jackfruit is not as straightforward as with most other fruits. When it reaches maturity, its leaves darken to a deeper green. The outer skin transitions from green to yellow. The spikes on its surface loosen slightly, and the stem begins to ooze sap. These signs typically appear in fruits weighing between 10 to 30 kilograms, the ideal size for commercial harvesting. Each jackfruit is carefully wrapped in a green mesh bag, a protective layer that shields it from insects, harsh sunlight, and physical impacts during its final growth stages. In large-scale jackfruit orchards, where hundreds of fruits can be collected daily, staff use specialized tools with long handles and razor-sharp blades for the harvest. With a swift and precise chop, the blade navigates through dense foliage swiftly, bringing down even the enormous jackfruits hanging high above. Every chop demands absolute precision to prevent scarring the fruit skin or breaking tender branches. Only seasoned growers, often those with over a decade of experience, can distinguish between a fruit that has reached perfect sweetness and one that still needs more sunlight. Yet, jackfruit harvesting is far from simple. To reach fruits suspended over 3 m high, growers must secure themselves on sturdy ladders and carefully climb through dense branches. Once close enough, they must move cautiously across limbs, mindful not to damage young branches. When finally positioned, they make a decisive chop at the stem, slowly lowering the fruit with full concentration and strength, never allowing it to fall freely, as a single impact could bruise the flesh, scrape the skin, and reduce its value. In the canal-side orchards of central Thailand, growers have devised an ingenious harvesting method. Instead of carrying the heavy fruits manually, they chop them and let them directly into the canal. They then navigate along the water in boats to collect the floating jackfruits, maximizing efficiency by utilizing the natural waterways to swiftly transport the harvest to bustling floating markets. The freshly collected jackfruits, bursting with vitality, are carefully loaded onto pickup trucks and motorbikes, ready for their journey to the collection point. There they undergo meticulous pre-processing, trimming leaves and stems to enhance their appearance. Once prepared, these pristine jackfruits continue their journey, traveling to bustling markets or processing factories, where they are transformed into delicious dried jackfruit. Before heading into the dried jackfruit processing factory, let's first visit the bustling jackfruit market, where bright ripe fruits are stacked high and buyers and sellers eagerly negotiate and trade. The sharp swish of knives along with the pungent, characteristic scent of jackfruit sap fills the air. The jackfruit cutters work deftly, hands firmly gripping thin, long-bladed knives pre-greased with cooking oil to prevent the gluey sap from adhering. With just one decisive chop, the rugged, thorny rind instantly splits open. Each bright, plump segment of jackfruit is then revealed. These are quickly deeded, fibrous parts removed and neatly arranged into plastic boxes or packaging trays, ready for their journey. In large markets like Chhatak in Thailand, dubbed the fruit paradise, many jackfruits are consumed daily, transformed into convenient portions for tourists and locals alike. The remaining jackfruit takes a different path. Instead of heading to bustling markets, it fulfills its purpose at modern processing plants. Immediately upon arrival at the factory, the sweet jackfruit is moved by staff into storage facilities. Here, the jackfruit is weighed and sorted according to its intended use. After being weighed, the jackfruit undergoes an initial cleaning of its exterior to clear dust accumulated during long transit. Next, the jackfruits go through the process of seed and fiber removal. Before beginning this stage, staff must strictly follow hygiene protocols to ensure food safety. They are required to sanitize their hands with a specialized disinfectant solution, typically containing at least 70% alcohol. When working with jackfruits, excessive force is not an option. Each fruit can weigh up to 30 kilograms, yet its flesh is incredibly delicate. Just a slight mishandling can bruise the segments and lower product quality. Skilled staff use razor-sharp, thin-bladed knives, sharpened daily to precisely navigate around the fibers, core, and seeds, preserving the plump texture of the fruit. Though this step seems simple, mastering it takes time. New staff typically need 1 to 2 weeks to perfect the technique of removing seeds without damaging the flesh. Experienced staff can process over 500 kilograms of jackfruit daily, working with speed and accuracy to maintain the highest standards. After the segments are separated and cleaned, the jackfruit undergoes rapid freezing at approximately 35 to 44. 2 to 4 hours. This process locks in moisture and preserves the full flavor, ensuring the perfect texture for the next step, crisp, sweet dehydration. After freezing, the jackfruit is placed into a vacuum fryer, a specialized unit that operates in a low-pressure environment at only 80 to 90 C. Under these controlled conditions, moisture in the jackfruit evaporates gradually, preserving its natural shape, vibrant color, and original flavor. A key advantage of this method is that the oil circulates continuously during frying, but is completely removed afterward, resulting in crunchy, non-greasy, perfectly intact slices. After frying, the jackfruit is transferred to a centrifugal oil removal unit inside a high-speed spinning chamber rotating at 1,200 to 500 revolutions per minute. The centrifugal force pushes excess oil off the surface of the jackfruit slices. This process ensures the final product is lightly crunchy, non-greasy, and maintains an appealing bright color, while extending its shelf life. After the oil is removed, the jackfruit is cooled on a conveyor belt to regulate temperature and moisture levels before packaging. Unlike traditional drying methods, vacuum frying delivers superior quality, producing jackfruit that is crunchier, more visually appealing, and richer in taste. Despite the distinction in processing, many people still refer to it as dried jackfruit rather than the more accurate term vacuum fried jackfruit, simply out of habit. Once fully cooled, the jackfruit moves on to the quality inspection stage. Here, staff meticulously examine each segment by eye, discarding any slices that are burnt, broken, discolored, or fail to meet the required size standards. The selected jackfruit segments are transferred to the packaging area. Each crunchy piece is carefully sealed in specialized airtight bags made from moisture-resistant materials, effectively preventing humidity from seeping in. This protective layer ensures that the jackfruit retains its signature crunch, avoiding softness or texture degradation even during long-term storage. Each bag typically weighs between 100 to 200 g, making it both convenient for consumption and optimal for preservation. One crucial but often overlooked step is the gas flushing system, where an inert gas, usually nitrogen, is pumped into the bag before sealing. Nitrogen creates a stable environment, preventing oxidation, preserving the jackfruit's vibrant bright color, and extending its shelf life without the need for artificial preservatives. Thanks to this meticulous packaging process, vacuum-fried jackfruit can maintain its crisp texture and distinctive flavor for 6 to 12 months. If India is the mango capital of the world, producing over 50% of the global mango supply, then the United States is the world's largest consumer market for imported mangoes, with a skyrocketing growth rate that has surpassed many other tropical fruit juices like pineapple and guava. Although mango cultivation is expanding in states like Florida and California, domestic production still falls far short of meeting demand. That's why the U.S. spends over $1 billion annually importing mangoes, primarily from Mexico, to satisfy its enormous appetite for this tropical fruit. Mangoes are a guilty pleasure for strict dieters, with a single ripe fruit packing up to 40 grams of sugar, about the same as a can of soda. But for the rest of the world, they're known as tropical gold, sweet, fragrant, and packed with nutrients. And what about you? Are you on Team Sugar? Shy? Or do you melt at the first taste of juicy sun-kissed mango? Music. Although technology in the US is highly advanced and mango harvesting robots have begun to emerge, equipped with sensors to detect ripe fruits and robotic arms to pick each mango, this technology is not yet widely adopted. That's because harvesting mangoes isn't easy. The fruit bruises easily, and trees are tall, with wide canopies. As a result, hand-picking remains the most common method. Even so, machines still play a supporting role, with tools like lifts, conveyors, and creative harvesting devices helping boost efficiency and reduce manual labor. Every April, as mangoes begin to ripen and turn bright under the warm sunlight, the bustling harvest season kicks off. Each mango is carefully inspected right in the field before being picked. Don't be fooled by appearances. Not every bright fruit is ready. Each mango variety has its own ripeness cues. Some turn from green to yellow, there's take on a rosy blush, and some can only be judged by gently squeezing the skin to check for just the right firmness. Music. For low-hanging mango trees, harvesting is done entirely by hand. Growers gently hold each fruit, feeling for ripeness through its taut skin and just right softness, a skill that may seem simple, but actually requires experience to avoid bruising the flesh. When mangoes are out of reach, harvesters use a specialized stem cutting tool, long pole equipped with a sharp, gripping head. This design allows them to reach each mango from the ground and gently chop the stem without causing the fruit to fall or bruise. For taller trees, especially on large-scale farms, hydraulic lifts are used, like a mechanical arm that raises staff safely to reach thick, towering canopies as high as 5 to 6 meters. This blend of traditional techniques and modern support makes mango harvesting more efficient, safer, and less labor-intensive. On average, one person can harvest up to 1,200 mangoes per day, depending on the height of the trees, fruit density, harvesting technique, and weather conditions. Especially when cutting the stem, growers must leave a tiny portion attached to the fruit to prevent sap from oozing out and damaging the skin or staining other mangoes. That's why right after harvest, the stem of each mango is rinsed with a gentle stream of pressurized water to clear the gluey, irritating sap. This simple step not only helps the fruit maintain its fresh appearance, but also extends its shelf life, especially important during long distance transport or export. Music. Mango sap is highly acidic and can cause skin irritation, burning sensations, or allergic reactions upon direct contact. That's why during harvest season, gloves, arm sleeves, and protective clothing are essential gear for professional mango growers. After harvest, the mangoes are quickly transported to nearby processing facilities to preserve their freshness. The ripe mangoes are placed into large, red plastic crates specifically designed, with ventilation holes on all sides. These openings help keep the fruit cool and well ventilated, minimizing heat and moisture buildup and significantly reducing the risk of spoilage during transport. Music. After a bumpy ride aboard heavily loaded trucks, the fresh crates of mangoes finally arrive at the processing facility where their true transformation begins. Here, staff will conduct a preliminary inspection, carefully selecting the mangoes that meet the required standards, while discarding those that are damaged, bruised, or show signs of disease. Only the finest fruits will proceed to the next stage of the process. Next, the mangoes are placed into a water bath or a continuous flowing water stream where the gentle sound of water not only helps clear dirt, but also cools the fruit, preventing premature fermentation and keeping the mangoes fresh. After the preliminary rinse, the mangoes are passed through a high-pressure water spray system where powerful jets of water purify off any remaining impurities and bacteria from the skin. The spray nozzles are automatically controlled, ensuring that each mango is evenly washed without the need for manual intervention. This not only boosts efficiency, but also reduces the risk of direct contact, all while maintaining the highest quality of the product. The mangoes are soaked once again in a sanitizing water solution, typically ozone water, a method that not only helps eliminate bacteria and mold. Then, the mangoes move on to the drying area. Here, they gently roll along the conveyor belt lined with soft wave-like padding, designed not only to prevent scratches, but also to absorb any remaining water on the fruit surface. Some factories also install overhead air blowing systems to speed up the drying process, ensuring the mangoes are completely dry before entering the sorting and packaging stages. After being thoroughly washed, the mangoes travel along a conveyor system and pass through a scanner equipped with automatic sensors that sort them based on size, color, and ripeness. Mangoes that meet the standards in shape and show no signs of bruising or damage are sent to the next processing stages, while undersized, substandard, or damaged ones are redirected for processing into other products depending on specific criteria such as mango juice or dried mango slices, mangoes that meet the quality standards after sorting are labeled with traceability information, clearly stating the place of origin and packing date. Each fruit is carefully placed in plastic trays or cardboard boxes lined with soft foam to minimize impact during long distanciations. Transportation. For premium varieties like honey, gold, or now mai, each mango is additionally wrapped in protective mesh to preserve its shape and extend shelf life. The mangoes are then stored in cold rooms at an ideal temperature of 10 to 13 with humidity around 90% to maintain their crisp texture and vibrant color. Once all quality standards are met, the mangoes are packed into large cartons and shipped in refrigerated containers to supermarkets, restaurants, and retail chains around the world. And while the highest quality mangoes are carefully packaged for destinations around the world, the remaining ones embark on a different kind of journey, a magical transformation inside modern processing factories to be transformed into a wide variety of mango-based products. First, let's take a closer look at the frozen mango production line, where ripe, juicy mangoes are flash frozen step by step to preserve the full taste of summer all year round. After sorting, each mango is securely fixed onto a specialized holder. Then, an automated blade system peels off the outer skin with a rotating motion, carefully preserving the fruit's shape and flesh. Next comes the cheek cutting stage, a task that requires both skill and precision. Since mango flesh is soft and easily bruised, most factories still perform this step manually despite having modern production lines. Then the mangoes are washed again, using a foaming solution and air pressure to clear any remaining dirt, then quickly dried by an automated lifting system before moving on to the next processing stage. Music. After the cheeks are separated and the seed removed, the mangoes are fed into an automatic cutting unit that slices them into uniform cubes. Sharp, high-speed blades process many slices per minute with high precision, ensuring each cube is the ideal size for freezing. Ever wondered how frozen mango cubes stay loose instead of clumping into a solid block? The secret lies in the vibrating mesh system. As the cubes move along a stainless steel tray, continuous shaking spreads them evenly and removes excess surface moisture. This tiny step makes a large difference. By minimizing moisture, it prevents ice buildup and keeps the cube separate. Modern IF lines can freeze 2 to 3 tons of mango per hour, dropping the temperature to -35°C in under 20 minutes. After freezing, the mangoes are packed into moisture-resistant cardboard boxes lined with plastic film, each weighing about 5 to 10 kilograms. The boxes are sealed, fully labeled, and stacked on pallets, ready to be stored in cold rooms for export. The magic of delicious mangoes doesn't stop there. Mango isn't just turned into crunchy snacks, it also drives millions of people crazy for the iconic chewy dried mango. Once the mango is ready, bright mango slices are gently placed into the drying chamber. Here they undergo a slow drying process in a tightly controlled environment, typically between 50 and 60. The drying period lasts from 10 to 14 hours, depending on the thickness of the slices and the ripeness of the fruit. This process reduces the moisture content to an ideal level while preserving the mango's natural color, sweet flavor, and irresistibly soft, chewy texture. After drying, the soft mango slices are removed from the trays and sealed in foil pouches to extend shelf life. And now, let's head to the mango juice factory, the part we've all been waiting for. Here, staff place mangoes into trays and use hand pressure to press them into tiny cube-like chunks about 20 millimeters in size, helping to release some of the juice and prepare them for the final pressing process. Next, the mango chunks are fed into a grinding unit. This equipment crushes the tiny slices into a fine pulp. The resulting pulp is then transferred to a fruit press where mechanical pressure is applied to squeeze out the juice. To obtain a clear juice, the mixture must go through an additional filtration process to clear any remaining solids. The filtered mango juice is then filled into large industrial plastic drums, lined with specialized plastic bags to prevent contamination and ensure food safety. These drums typically hold between 200 to 250 liters of juice and are kept refrigerated or deep frozen while awaiting transport to bottling facilities. Finally, the mango juice is automatically filled into thoroughly sterilized PET bottles, then sealed tightly using heat sealing technology to prevent air or bacteria from entering. This fully enclosed, highly automated process not only ensures food safety but also extends shelf life, so every drop of juice reaches consumers rich in sweetness, smooth in texture, and full of nutrients. From there, it finds its way everywhere on the shelves of major supermarkets and family refrigerators, next to a glass of ice on a summer table or as part of a refreshing, energizing breakfast. The journey of green apples begins with tiny seedlings where life takes root, and the foundation for fruitful apple trees is nurtured at specialized nurseries. Apple trees are propagated through grafting techniques and meticulously cared for to prepare them for their future as bountiful or trees. The process of creating green apple seedlings starts with selecting healthy branches from parent trees. The apple branches are neatly pruned and brought down to the ground where they are swiftly collected by specialized machinery ready to be transported to the processing facility. Apple saplings are typically nurtured for 1 to 2 years to develop into fully grown high-quality seedlings. Throughout this period, the trees are cared for with organic fertilizers, regular watering, and pest control treatments to ensure healthy growth. Modern machinery plays a crucial role in this process, automating tasks like nutrient application and pest management. When the seedlings mature and their leaves begin to yellow, vibrating unit is used to shake off the leaves. Afterward, specialized equipment gently lifts the seedlings, ensuring the roots remain undamaged. The collected seedlings are transported back to the facility, bundled neatly and stored with care. This marks the final stage before the seedlings are delivered to orchards, ready to grow into lush apple trees that will one day bear the iconic Granny Smith apples. The young green apple seedlings eventually find their permanent home in sprawling orchards where they will spend their entire lives producing delicious apples. Planting these seedlings on large farms follows the same semi-automated process used for grafted trees. The spacing between each tree is typically maintained at 10 to 15 feet depending on the variety and desired planting density. The rootstock is planted level with or slightly below the ground, usually 8 to 12 in deep. This depth ensures the roots anchor firmly into the soil, providing stability and efficient absorption of water and nutrients. Once planted, green apple trees require diligent care to thrive. Automated irrigation systems are installed to supply about 1 to 2 in of water per week, depending on weather conditions, ensuring the soil remains consistently moist and suitable for growth. Young branches are pruned to shape the canopy and clear weak or misdirected shoots, allowing the tree to focus its energy on the essential parts. Regular pest and disease prevention measures are also taken with periodic spraying of safe and approved treatments to protect the trees from harmful insects and fungal infections. Green apple trees begin to bloom around 3 to 4 years after planting. Springtime is when the magic happens, as warm weather and abundant sunlight create the ideal conditions for pollination. They emit a gentle fragrance that attracts pollinators, particularly bees, which play a crucial role in the pollination process. As the bees diligently travel from flower to flower, they transfer pollen between the stamens and pistils, enabling the formation of fruit. Green apples, particularly the Granny Smith variety, require about 150 to 180 days to grow from blossoms to harvest. Ready fruit, fall from September to November marks the busiest season in Washington's apple orchards. Harvesting green apples is a meticulous process supported by modern machinery. Specialized equipment and secure platforms helps growers reach the apples, growing high on the trees. Growers carefully hand-pick each apple, using a gentle twisting motion to detach the fruit from its branch without damaging the smooth green skin. Once picked, the apples are gently placed on conveyor belts built into the machinery. These belts transport the apples to collection bins where soft, rotating brushes clear dirt and debris from the surface, ensuring the apples remain purified and shiny. The machines move slowly along the rows of trees, efficiently collecting the apples while preserving their quality. This method combines the skill of human hands with the efficiency of modern technology, guaranteeing that Washington's famous green apples reach the highest standards of quality. It's a crucial first step in the journey that takes these apples from orchard to table. Alongside harvesting with modern conveyor systems at some less equipped farms, green apples are still hand-picked by migrant staff. These laborers skillfully pluck each apple from the branches, taking care not to bruise the skin or damage the fruit. Once picked, the apples are carefully placed into bags worn on their chests or baskets, positioned nearby. This work requires patience and technique as each apple is inspected to meet size and color standards. Despite the challenges, the meticulous effort of these hands ensures that fresh, high-quality green apples reach consumers. After harvest, the apple crates are loaded onto trailers, linked together like a tiny train, winding through the orchard. These trailers carefully transport the apples to a collection area where they are transferred onto large trucks. From there, the apples are swiftly delivered to processing facilities or distribution centers, ensuring their freshness is preserved. Music. The first step in processing green apples at the factory is thorough cleaning using advanced water systems. The apples are gently immersed in large water tanks where dirt, soil, and debris are loosened and washed away. These tanks often include gentle agitation to ensure even cleaning without damaging the fruit. After soaking, the apples are transported through interconnected water channels which carry them smoothly to the next stage of the process. Some factories enhance this process by incorporating ozonated water or mild sanitizing solutions, ensuring the apples are not only spotless, but also meet stringent food safety standards. As the apples move from the water tanks, they are carried along smooth conveyor belts designed to transport them gently to the optical grading area. The conveyor system ensures the apples remain evenly spaced to avoid collisions or bruising during transit. Along the way, excess water is drained off, leaving the apples purified and ready for inspection. Once clean, the apples are moved to the sorting area where advanced optical scanners meticulously inspect each one. These scanners evaluate the apples based on size, color, shape, and the perfection of their skin. After passing through the optical sorting machines, the green apples are further graded by automated systems that ensure precision. The approved apples continue along the conveyor for packaging or processing, while those deemed unsuitable are gently removed through mechanical arms or air jets. This additional step guarantees that only the highest quality apples proceed, meeting the strict standards set for market or production use. Apples that meet quality standards are sent to the packaging area where they are carefully arranged into trays or carton boxes lined with soft padding to protect the fruit from bumps or scratches. Each box is then labeled with detailed information including the origin, packaging date, apple variety, and quality standards. This labeling ensures consumers can easily trace the products, details, and feel confident in their purchase. In advanced facilities, the entire packaging process is handled by automated robotic systems. These robots, equipped with precise sensors, gently pick up each apple and arrange them neatly into trays. This method not only speeds up the process, but also minimizes errors, improves productivity, and ensures consistency in the final product. With their ability to operate continuously, these systems handle large orders efficiently while maintaining the highest quality standards. Once packaged, the apple boxes are transferred to cold storage facilities, where temperature and humidity are carefully regulated. This ensures the apples remain fresh and retain their Natural flavor for extended periods. In the cold storage, the boxes are neatly stacked on pallets, ready to be shipped to supermarkets, retail stores, or exported to international markets. This step completes the journey of green apples, ensuring they arrive at their destination in perfect condition, ready to delight consumers around the world. Music. Once the fresh and carefully packed apples are stored at the factory, some of them continue their journey to become the star ingredient of the iconic apple pie. The journey begins with the apples being fed into automatic peelers where sharp blades swiftly and gently clear their smooth green skins. At the same time, these advanced machines are equipped with precision seeing tools that simultaneously clear the hard cores from the apples as they are being peeled. This synchronized process ensures efficiency with the blades skillfully slicing away the skin while cylindrical seeing blades extract the tough inner cores and seeds in one seamless motion. Once peeled and seed, the apples move on to a slicing system that cuts them into evenly sized slices. These apple slices are then packaged in specialized bags to maintain their freshness and quality. The pre-sliced apples are transported to pie-making factories where they embark on their final transformation into mouth-watering apple pies. Fresh apple slices from Grand Smith green apple are washed before being transferred to large kettles. Here they are mixed with ingredients like honey, sugar, and spices to create the signature apple pie flavor. The mixture is gently cooked and stirred, releasing natural juices while blending harmoniously with the added ingredients. Simultaneously, the pie crust is being meticulously prepared to achieve the perfect buttery and flaky texture. Skilled hands work the dough into thin, even sheets, ensuring it has just the right thickness. After the dough is carefully kneaded to achieve perfect smoothness and elasticity, it is divided into smaller slices for easier handling. These slices are then rolled into thin, even sheets, ready to be used for making apple pies. Afterward, the filling is poured into the pie crusts using an automatic unit. The unit precisely measures the amount of filling, gently depositing the sweet spiced apple mixture into each crust. Another layer of dough is placed on top. The edges are carefully sealed to keep the filling inside. Each pie is then shaped, vented for steam release, and transferred to the ovens. The baking temperature is meticulously controlled to ensure a bright brown crust and perfectly cooked filling. After baking, the pies are cooled in a specialized system to retain their crispness and fresh flavor. Finally, the apple pies are automatically packaged in protective boxes complete with detailed labels. These pies are now ready to be distributed to stores or exported, ensuring every customer enjoys a slice of this beloved dessert at its finest. Music. The magical journey of cantaloupes begins in the sprawling fields across California. As spring arrives, it marks the start of a brand new cantaloupe season. Before planting cantaloupes on large fields, advanced weeding machines are used to clear the ground efficiently. These machines are equipped with sharp blades and rotating tines that uproot weeds while loosening the soil, creating an ideal planting environment. After that, modern plowing machines take over their task. Equipped with rotating tines and sharp blades, modern tillers work efficiently on the soil surface, usually digging 5 to 10 centimeters deep. This process primarily focuses on loosening the top layer of soil, removing weeds, and breaking up clumps, which helps improve aeration and water absorption. It ensures the soil is soft and prepared for planting without disturbing deeper soil layers. After each pass of the plow, the soil feels revived, becoming soft and ready to soak up fresh nutrients. Growers often combine this step with spreading organic fertilizer or lime to enrich the soil and balance its pH levels, ensuring it meets the optimal standards before planting begins. The next step is shaping the beds, a process that helps define the cantaloupe rows and ensures the drainage system works efficiently. Specialized bed shaping machines handle this task, forming raised soil beds about 20 to 30 centimeters high. These beds are carefully spaced 1.5 to 2 meters apart, providing plenty of room for the plants to grow and thrive. After the beds are shaped, the cantaloupe fields are ready for the next step, mulching with plastic. Thin sheets of plastic are evenly spread and tightly secured over the surface of the soil beds, acting like a protective blanket for the ground. With all the careful preparation, the cantaloupe fields are now ready for the next phase, planting the seedlings. Semi-automatic planting machines are used to make the planting process as efficient as possible. These machines move slowly along the rows of soil, covered in plastic mulch where tiny planting holes have already been prepared. Growers sit comfortably on the machines, carefully taking each seedling and planting it directly into the pre-made holes with precision. The work doesn't stop after planting. Growers use specialized machines to set up white plastic frames that protect the young cantaloupe plants. These machines move along the rows, stretching the white plastic sheets and securing them onto curved frames, creating a series of mini greenhouses for the seedlings. After planting, the cantaloupe seedlings take about 70 to 90 days to fully develop. By early summer, the plants begin to bloom, decorating the fields with bright yellow flowers that add a touch of brilliance to the landscape. This is also the time when growers clear the plastic frames, giving the plants more space to grow naturally and allowing the flowers to be pollinated by wind or insects. Once the flowers have developed into fruit and the cantaloupes have completed their growth stage, growers start watching for signs to determine the perfect time for harvesting. One of the clearest indicators is the color of the rind. It changes from a deep green to a lighter yellow or creamy gold, depending on the variety of cantaloupe. Additionally, the stem near the fruit often begins to dry out and slightly detach, signaling that the melon has reached its peak ripeness. The cantaloupe's aroma is another special reminder. When you gently touch the area near the stem, you can detect a sweet, fragrant smell, a signature sign that the fruit is ready to be picked. On large fields in the United States, growers use conveyor belts to efficiently harvest cantaloupes. They walk alongside the conveyor, carefully inspecting the plants for perfectly ripe melons. Once they spot a ripe cantaloupe, they gently pick it and place it onto the conveyor belt. The conveyor is designed to operate smoothly, ensuring the delicate skin of the cantaloupes remains undamaged. The melons are then transported directly to storage bins on trailers, preserving their freshness. This process not only saves labor but also increases productivity in the harvest season. Quicker and more efficient. On many cantaloupe farms in the United States, the harvest workforce is often made up of immigrant staff, primarily from Mexico and Central America. These hardworking individuals are essential to the success of the cantaloupe industry, spending long days under the sun to carefully pick and handle the melons. Depending on the region and the season, these staff are typically paid between $12 to $15 per hour, though some farms may offer a piece rate system where staff are compensated based on the quantity of melons collected. A productive farm can yield around 20,000 to 30,000 pounds of cantaloupes per acre in a season, depending on weather conditions, soil quality, and farming techniques, with the current market price for cantaloupes averaging around 50 to 75 cents per pound. The gross revenue per acre can range from $10,000 to $22,500. After deducting expenses like labor, equipment, seeds, water, fertilizers, the farm owner might see a profit margin of 20% to 30%. For example, a farm harvesting 100 acres of cantaloupes could potentially net $200,000 to $675,000 in profit, depending on yields and market conditions. Music. In addition, some farms use specialized trailers with built-in packing areas to streamline the process. Growers carefully pick ripe cantaloupes and place them directly onto the trailer, where staff on board sort and pack the cantaloupes into boxes. This setup allows for immediate packaging right in the field, saving time and preserving the freshness of the cantaloupes. It's an efficient system that combines harvesting and packing in one seamless operation. Music. In less modern farms, the harvesting process relies heavily on the hard work of growers without the aid of advanced machinery. Across large fields, teams of growers carefully inspect the rows of cantaloupes, picking only the ripest and best quality ones. Once collected, they gently place the cantaloupes onto waiting trailers, ensuring the delicate skins remain undamaged. The melons are neatly arranged on the trailers, ready to be transported to processing or packing areas. While this method requires significant labor and time, the farmer's dedication ensures the cantaloupes maintain their quality from the field to the consumer's hands. After being carefully collected from the fields, the fresh cantaloupes continue their journey to processing facilities. Music. At the facility, the cantaloupe filled bins are unloaded and sent to the cleaning area. Each cantaloupe is thoroughly washed using a high-pressure water spray system, removing any dirt and debris left from the fields. After cleaning, the melons are moved to the sorting area where staff carefully inspect each one based on factors like color, size, and ripeness. The cantaloupes are sorted by hand to ensure only the highest quality fruits are selected. Melons with a creamy yellow color, uniform size, and distinctive sweet aroma are chosen for packaging. Meanwhile, those that don't meet the standards or have minor imperfections are set aside for processing into other products. There are two main types of melons: smooth-skinned melons and ribbed-skinned melons. Cantaloupes are known for their distinctive netted or rigged skin with colors that range from greenish yellow to pale orange. Compared to honeydew melons, cantaloupes have thinner skin, but are still sturdy enough to protect the juicy flesh inside. The flesh of a cantaloupe is bright orange, juicy, and sweeter than honeydew. It also has a stronger, more distinct aroma, making it a popular choice for those who love bold, natural flavors. Cantaloupes are widely grown in North America and Mediterranean countries like France and Italy, where the warm climate and well-drained soil create ideal growing conditions. These melons are typically enjoyed fresh in salads, smoothies, or paired with cured meats like prosciutto for an elegant appetizer. With their rich sweetness and strong aroma, cantaloupes are perfect for dishes that call for a burst of natural flavor. Music. Music. Honeydew melons have smooth, shiny skin, without any netting or ridges, ranging in color from pale green to light yellow. The thicker skin provides excellent protection for the soft, juicy flesh inside, keeping the melon fresh and delicious. The flesh is a light green or creamy white color, smooth and packed with moisture. Its flavor is mildly sweet, not too intense, with a gentle aroma that makes it a refreshing choice on a hot day. Honeydew melons are commonly grown in the United States, Mexico, and China, thriving in warm, dry climates that support their growth and high quality. These melons are versatile and can be eaten fresh, blended into smoothies, or added to fruit salads. Their subtle sweetness makes them a favorite ingredient for light and refreshing desserts, especially during summer. Now, you've gained a complete understanding of how growers harvest and process billions of pounds of cantaloupes annually. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey. If you have any questions or would like to share your thoughts, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated on more inspiring stories about the world of agriculture. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.